This is the busiest time in the sheep farming year. Sheep farmers all over the country have had sleepless nights and hectic days, and the Marston family have had an added pressure: us.
Yes, we've been broadcasting live from their farm for the last 5 nights. We've endured torrential rain and howling gales, we've basked in beautiful sunshine, and we've witnessed life, death and miracles. This is the week that was Lambing Live. The Marston family have lived and farmed in this beautiful corner of eastern Cumbria since 1911. Andrew and Rachel are the 4th generation and they farm 400 acres of land, but like the other hill farmers in this area, they have the rights to take their sheep up onto the fell land behind me here. They have 700 sheep of 3 different breeds, 90 cows, 8 chickens, 4 dogs, 2 puppies, a duck, and a very handsome fell pony called Blaze.
Please! Please!
And of course, it's home to the whole Marston family.
Hello, I'm Andrew.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I've got Olivia in my hands. This is Abigail. This is Catherine.
Andrew lives in an extension to the main farmhouse with Rachel
You can have a little lick.
and their 3 daughters. Next door live Andrew's parents, Christine and Donald. It was Christine's great-grandparents who first bought the farm, whilst Donald also comes from a long line of farmers.
You wouldn't farm solely to become rich, but as long as we can pay our bills and put a little bit aside, then that's all we ask.
Andrew and Donald run the farm together, but they get plenty of help from the whole family.
So this one's 3.
The Marstons also breed pedigree cattle and take a lot of time getting them ready for agricultural shows and sales. But for Andrew, the real stars of the show are his pedigree Swaledales that live up on the fell.
I love the way of life, I love my job. There isn't anything I'd rather do. Yeah, if I can keep farming for the rest of my days and provide for my family, that's what it's all about.
Well, this is, of course, Andrew Marston. We're here. This is sort of your main lambing shed, basically, in here, isn't it? Can you just tell us about these sheep? Because you've got sheep of what look like all shapes and sizes in here.
Yeah, these are all shapes and all sizes. Mainly Beltex cross ewes and North England mule ewes.
OK, so the mules, they're the ones with the sort of speckly faces, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. It's a cross between the blue-faced Leicester Ram and the Swaledale ewe.
OK, and then you said the Beltex crossbreeds.
Yep.
And they're the ones with the white faces, principally, aren't they? Like the very square-faced one over there.
Yeah, the main purpose of these sheep is to produce good carcassed animals for meat. Yeah.
Right, OK. Now, obviously... Oh, my goodness, Andrew, did you spot that?
I did.
There's a ewe at the back there who is beginning to lamb, Beltex with her bum towards us. So we won't rush in, but these aren't the only sheep on the farm. In fact, you have another breed that's probably, certainly for you, even more important.
Yeah, that's right. The main of our ewes are Swaledale ewes.
And they're not in the shed. Why is that?
We tend to leave them out. They're a hardier breed, and we like them outside. More natural way of having your sheep, I think. Less disease, for one thing.
We have had our cameras here for the last few days, and one of our cameramen was sent out by Andrew to go and look at these very pretty, it has to be said, Swaledale ewes, and he spotted this one, Andrew, classic stages of labour there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. She's just getting on with the job on her own, without anybody there whatsoever.
And she's tucked herself in by one of the stone walls. Is that a sort of a good way for her to feel protected?
It is, yeah. I mean, especially a day like today when it's absolutely pouring down.
It looks like it's going to hit the rock.
Just misses, just misses.
Just misses. So she will, on purpose, head for the walls to get out of the wind, get out of the weather.
That's right, yeah.
And go straight to the lamb. And this is the most amazing thing, I think, is how quickly... I mean, that's seconds, within seconds of it being born.
Yeah, they have to get up quick on the feet. It's the way the Swaledales have been bred, up on the feet, get on with your job. If they lie around too long, they get cold and starve.
You were just glancing over there. Are you happy?
Perhaps go and have a look, Kate.
You go ahead. So let's leave him in peace for just a while. Now, the problem with these Beltec sheep, as we'll discover a little bit later in the programme, they're very big and they have very big lambs. So it's a slightly complicated process, but obviously we'll keep you updated as it happens. Now, as Andrew said, many of the ewes in here will be producing lambs for meat, but they also produce breeding stock. And I came here on an October day to help Andrew get one of his prize Swaledale rams ready for a sale. Now, you're not going to believe what I had to do. Every year, Andrew selects his best young rams to show at the Kirby Stevens sales. So is this a ram beauty parlour?
Yeah.
My goodness, look at that. So what's the first job?
The first job is a job that everybody says they don't do. Most of the farmers...
Are you giving away trade secrets here?
Yeah, big trade secrets.
Don't look, don't look!
But, they will start plucking some of the white hairs out. We're trying to make the lines just a bit more defined.
Seriously, so with a pair of tweezers, one by one, you will pluck out those white hairs?
Yeah.
Any of these stray white ones?
Yeah, don't get the black ones though, Kate.
All right. It's getting demanding already. Poor old boy, the indignity of having your white hairs pulled out. All over the country, can you imagine? Big, butch, northern farmers are out with their tweezers.
That's right. What the law tell you they don't do it, that's the thing.
So what's this one called?
I was hoping you weren't going to ask that, Kate. This tough is called Israel Head Blow Off.
Blow Off?
Yes.
What sort of name is that? Andrew insists it was the kids that gave Blow Off his unusual name. Anyway, it seems the aim is to help poor Blow Off look natural, even if this means doing the most unnatural of things. It's black, it's sticky, and you're going to cover your ram in it.
And you are as well.
It's not what you think it might be, it's peat. It's like mud pies, it's brilliant. The theory is that it gives the rams the rugged Swaledale look.
On the
white there.
Yeah.
So start from there.
Yep.
And just rub it in. And how thickly? It looks like we're covering it in chocolate.
Yeah.
How thickly do you do it? Just
as long as it's even, not too thick.
This is the most extraordinary thing. The peat is left for 10 days on the wool. But this makeover isn't quite done yet. Look at you with a warm water bath. Gets more and more luxurious, this spa day. I've never seen such an indulged sheep in my life. You're loving this, aren't you? Breeders like the Marstons take a lot of pride in breeding the best rams that they can. They have a lot of hopes invested in this young tup. There you are, Blow Off. I think you look very handsome indeed. Yes. Well, I hate to steal Blow Off's thunder, but here is our very first lambing live lamb. I haven't even looked, boy or a girl?
I don't know, Kate. It's a girl.
It's a girl, it's a Gimmer lamb, and a very, very pretty one at that. She was a bit of a struggle to get out, wasn't she?
Yeah, it took her time, but are you now?
She's there now. Look at you, you're very proud of your baby, aren't you? Now, there's various things that you do the minute a lamb is born, don't you? Shall we get on with those jobs now? Do you want me to pick her up? So, the first thing is That's the umbilical cord.
That's right,
And
yeah.
you put iodine on it.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is what?
It dries the navel quick, so it can't get any infection in, and they can get all sorts of infections, mainly joint ill,
Right.
which affects the joints. At about a week old, they go stiff on the legs, especially those lambing inside.
And then this is this. Oh, there you are. I know you don't like it. There we go. And that's for this condition called watery mouth. Is that
It's
right?
like an antibiotic for watery mouth, which affects lambs quite soon on in life. Yeah.
Well, what we're going to do is leave this very proud mum and our first lambing live lamb in peace. And now let's go to Rachel and Adam, who are in the byre.
Well, there we are, Rachel. Goodness me, a live lambing on Lambing Live. Kate and Andrew must be very proud.
I would think so. They've done very well. Looks a good lamb.
Now, tell me about this ewe, because she's pretty unusual, isn't she?
She is, yeah. Andrew brought it from the auction in Kirby in October, and it had 4 lambs inside her, and they've all come out alive. So
I mean, quads on a Swaledale, now it's pretty unusual, isn't it?
yeah, and they're doing really well. So it's quite heavy, is that one? So it's doing
Look
well.
at the size of
Yeah,
this.
you're all
I mean, usually Swaledales are having, what, 1, sometimes 2?
2 is more than they can, is what they can cope with. Really, any more than that, they just can't manage. Really.
So where are the other 2?
The other 2 are upstairs in the pet lamb pen, and they're doing really well. So yeah.
And what sexes did they have?
They're 2 tups and 2 gimmers, so we've kept the gimmers on because obviously we want to breed off them.
Now,
We want them to do well. So.
Gimmers is what you call a ewe lamb, so
It
little
is,
females.
Yeah, little females. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, some people might imagine that the boys are worth more than the girls, so why haven't you kept the ram lambs on them?
Well, they're just like a fat lamb, so they don't make a lot of money.
So it's really only the very best tups that you'll keep for
It
breeding.
is the very best we would keep for breeding, and they weren't particularly good.
And they're really lovely. It's
Yeah.
incredible how tough their hair is,
Yeah,
isn't it?
this is quite a good example. It's quite hard and curly on the top there.
Now, Swaledales really are an amazing breed of sheep, and they're incredibly important to the country. There's around 2.5 million of them, I understand. And a little while ago, I went on a journey to find out how this hardy hill breed has got such a dedicated band of followers.